Hey guys, what's up? In this tutorial I will explain you about different type of data and how to use variables to represent data. So what are variables? Variables are variable is a name that is connected to a value, which is information associated to that value. Like here, message is the name of the variable and this is the information that is associated to this variable. And now I ask the print command to print this variable. So Control S, Control V, and here it prints hello Python world. Okay, whenever you are using variables, you need to follow some rules, some conventions of it that are is naming convention. So variable can contain letter, number, and underscore. It means letter from A to Z, number like 1, and underscore. But it can never use any other exclamation mark or any full stop or anything like that. Here, as you can see, if I build this, then it will work fine. Okay, it can never start with a number. So what does it mean? Okay, here it is starting with a letter. If I started with number, it will work fine. As you can see here, it is starting with a number, and now I am building it. As you can see, I am starting it with a number and it's not working fine. It throws an error that we cannot assign any variable starting with a number. But if I started with underscore, it will work fine. Third rule is that the spaces are not allowed in a variable name. If I add a space over here, then it will consider this as a variable name, and this is something that is undefined in the Python. So when I will run it, it will throws an error. Okay, avoid using keywords and function name as a variable name. That is, if let's say printer is a keyword, so I can't use it as a variable name. It will definitely throw me an error. So as you can see here, it will throw an error. Likewise, the last rule is that the fifth rule is that the name should be short and descriptive so that it can make sense and it will not take time in typing that variable. Like I can use name instead of n, because NOP does not make sense, but name does make sense, that it is associated with the name of someone. Likewise, instead of writing it descriptive like length of a person name, you can use it by saying name length. And all variable names should be in a lowercase, because in order so that you can avoid mistakes. Like if I typed it, if I initialize it with a capital M, and as as you all know, Python is case sensitive, so this will throw an error, because sometimes I can forget that there is it starts with capital M. So because it will consider this and this as different, it will consider these two as two different variables. Okay, if we face any name error, like if I type in here M_SG, so what kind of exception will occur, I will show you. So in here, Python will tell you that M_SG named variable does not exist, it is not defined. Okay, basically variables are labels, and where you can assign it to some value. Variable basically reference always refer to some certain value. Okay, so there are some shortcuts which you can use to ease your work. Like if I want to print two different lines, first one saying hello Python world and second one saying I love Python. So instead of using two different variables and printing it twice, I can do this. So what I did, I typed both sentences and I added /n in between them. So what the /n will do, it will create a new line for the next information. So how it will get printed, you can see it. Hello Python world, I love Python. Okay, if I want to use inverted commas, if I want to print inverted commas, so what I will do, I will replace it, because always keep that in mind, you can use single quote or double quote around your string whenever you are assigning it or defining it or associating it with some variable. Okay, so what I will do here, in order to get double inverted commas around Python, so I will initiate it with the single quotation. So what it will do, it will wait for the next single quotation to know where this string will end. Yeah, here it is starting and here it is ending, because the next single quotation exists here. So here I got, likewise if I want to get single quote against Python, so I will just replace it with double quote. So it will wait for the next double quote to end this string. Here you can see that. Now what I did, so I have mentioned 3 different functions. So I will tell you a message. This is the message. How can you use functions with the you first type in the variable name dot and then function and then open and close bracket. So this will tell you that this is a function. These brackets tell you that this is a function. Okay, so we have some built-in function, upper, lower, title, that are associated with the variable. So what upper do, upper will convert whole the text into capital into uppercase. Lower will simply convert the whole string into lowercase. And what title will do, it will convert the first letter of every word into a capital letter and rest into the lowercase. Okay, so here are the outputs, all in uppercase for upper, all in lowercase in lower, and all the first letter of each word in uppercase and rest are in lowercase for in the case of title. Okay, now how can we merge two different variables into a single variable? So what I did here, I initialized first to fam, second to tech, and then I take a new variable merge and I use function name f. What the f will do, what f will tell you that when you place letter f immediately before the opening quotation mark and put the braces around the names, so it will tell that f will tell that you are going to merge all those variables that are placed inside the braces. So it take it as a variable, take this as also as a variable, but if you type anything else like it will take this, since there are no braces, and so it will take it as this is space and this variable this information as value. So femtech space new, femtech new. Okay, we can also use /t to add tab. Here you can see. Okay, as you can see, I have written a new variable that contains this information. So you can see, as you can see, there are some extra spaces in the left and the right side of the main text. So if I want to remove these extra spaces from right and left side of the main information, then which function I will use? I will use a strip function to remove extra spaces from left side and right side. So what it will do, it will, as you can see, there are no extra spaces here, but it will show these extra spaces, and using the strip these spaces are all gone. Okay, in order to remove spaces only from the left side, I will use illustrate. What it will do, it will remove the extra spaces from the left side but not from the right side. If I only want to remove the spaces from the right side, then I will use R strip, and what it will do, it will not remove the space from the left side but from right side. Okay, if you want to add comment in Python, then you should use hash tag and then add anything, any sort of detail about the code or anything you want to use that will not get translated by the interpreter. It will never get translated by this comment will never get translated by the interpreter. As you can see here, it is working fine, it is ignoring it. Okay, here I have taken two variables and I have initialized it with 4 and 2, and I have used, I will add these two, and there some will get stored in C, that is 6, and it will get printed. So let's see, 6 will get printed. Okay, if I will multiply these two, it will give me an 8, but if I add dot 0, then I will, if any one of these are float, then the answer will be in float. Okay, and but whenever even you divide, please you divide any two integers, or any one float and one integer, or all two floats, the answer of division will always be in float. Both are integers but the answer is in float. That is how the division work in Python. If you want to take the square root, then for double multiply will tell you that it is a power of a power 2 a power b, so the answer will be 16. 4 power 2 is equals to 16. And now we will apply Bodmas rule here because they are not bracket, so it will first multiply and then it will add. So 2 multiplied by 2 is equals to 4, and 4 plus 4 equals to 8. So the answer is 8. But if I add braces here, what will happen, that a plus b will get solved first. That will be 4 plus 2 equals to 6, and 6 into 2 equals to 12. So the answer is 12. Likewise, if I divide two floats, then same operation, same addition, subtraction, all work similarly. And likewise, it was working for integer, it will work in the same way for floats. So I'm just taking one example of division, and here as you can see, it is giving the correct answer. Okay, if I let's say if I use underscore within the number, then what it will do, it will just simply ignore it. Let's say, according to what I initially thought, that it might give me an error, but it will never give me an error. It simply ignores these underscore inside the numbers. Okay, as you can see here, there are three different variables: a equals to 2, b equals to 3, and c is equals to famtag. So I have added a print command to print the output of a, b, and c, and here is a 2, b 3, and c famtag. If I want to initialize, I want in the single line, so what can I do? I will simply do, okay, a comma b comma c and 2 comma 3 comma. So here it will work fine, and this is how we can multiply, initialize, or assign variables. Okay, in Python there's a good practice if you wanted to. There's no the Python does not have any built-in constant type, so but the Python programmer use all the capital letter to indicate that this variable they are using as a constant, like hi equals to hello. with that, since it is in the capital letter, so it's a constant. So that was all related to the variables. I hope you find this video helpful. I tried my best to explain you each and everything. If you have any queries, even if after all of this you still have any queries, then please mention it in the comment box. And if you find this video useful, then please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. I really need your subscription. Thank you and have a great day.